WWE just locked in the full SummerSlam card, and there's a lot more going on this week too. WWE Galaxy, here's everything we're covering. The full SummerSlam lineup, whether Solo Sikoa's babyface run is actually working, the real reason Bayley returned, Baron Corbin calling for a booking change, Danhausen's big moment with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, Sheamus finally speaking on his WWE exit, whether people actually want Vince McMahon back, Bronson Reed calling out an indie gimmick, AEW's plans to compete with WWE, and that wild drill spot everyone's talking about. If you want daily WWE videos like this one, subscribing helps a lot. Let's get into it. First up, the SummerSlam lineup is official. WWE confirmed the full two-night card this morning. Night 1 has the Bella Twins and Paige against Fatal Influence, Gunther against Nick Aldis, Liv Morgan against Io Sky for the Women's World Title, LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys against the Bloodline, Brock Lesnar against Oba Femi inside Hell in a Cell, and CM Punk against Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. Night 2 has an interim women's title match, Penta against Chad Gable for the Intercontinental title, Trick Williams against Baron Corbin for the US title, Finn Balor against Sami Zayn, Danhausen against Dominic Mysterio, and Roman Reigns against Seth Rollins for the world title. This is one of the biggest two-night cards WWE has put together all year. A few of these matches also explain some of the smaller stories going around right now. Next up is Solo Sikoa's babyface run actually working. People are saying his run has gotten universal praise and WWE won't turn him back heel, but WWE already ran the trios match against the Bloodline at a live event last weekend and the Bloodline won it. Fans at that show said the crowd still didn't know who to cheer for. That's not a sign of a finished product. If the SummerSlam match hits the same wall, the "this run is working" claim gets a lot weaker. Next up, the real reason Bayley returned. She wrestled Sol Ruca and Lara Valkyria in a live event triple threat this weekend, which surprised fans who thought she was on her way out. One theory is that WWE is quietly using her on non-TV shows while her contract gets sorted out, but there's another simple explanation. Working live events with no cameras is also a good way to get back into ring shape without any pressure. If Bayley shows up on TV soon, this wasn't a stall tactic, it was training. Next up, Baron Corbin is calling for a booking change. He got heat this week for asking WWE to add Carmelo Hayes to his SummerSlam match against Trick Williams. Fans wanted that same move made for Corbin's own WrestleMania match earlier this year. Corbin has since said on Instagram that Hayes should be added. The hypocrisy point is fair, but it's worth separating that from whether Corbin is right. He benefited from staying in a stacked match last time. Now that the roles are flipped, he's asking to make someone else's spot bigger instead of protecting his own. That's actually a good look, even if it's a little late. Next up, Danhausen's big moment. He's 17-0 on the main roster, and he just got pulled into a closing angle after CM Punk and Cody Rhodes both kissed him after a live event main event. A win streak against undercard names doesn't mean much by itself, but sharing a moment with two of WWE's biggest stars is a real signal. WWE looks like it's testing whether Danhausen can hang with the top of the card before his SummerSlam match against Dominic Mysterio. Next up, Sheamus finally speaks on his WWE exit. On a podcast, he said he has no regrets. "I've had an amazing career, fella. No regrets. I mean it. No regrets." He also said he's in the best shape of his life and enjoying time with family, but when asked about why he actually left, he pulled back. Some circumstances came up. "I can't really talk about it, obviously, but 19 years was a good crack." That's the part worth paying attention to, not the no regrets line. Wrestlers who leave on good terms usually don't need to say they can't talk about it. Reports say TKO offered him a new contract, and he turned it down, just like the New Day did. That points to more going on here than a simple happy exit. Next up, do people actually want Vince McMahon back? More people are talking about it now that his legal case is headed to private arbitration, even though there's no real report that he's returning. Devon Dudley talked about it on his podcast. "I know a lot of people are interested in having Vince back. First, they couldn't wait for him to get out of there. Now, they want him back." Dudley also said any return depends on the shareholders. That's really the whole story. This was never about whether Vince still has good ideas. It's about whether the shareholders think his name is worth more to the stock than the risk of bringing him back. Fans missing the Attitude Era doesn't decide that. Money does. Next up, Bronson Reed calls out an indie gimmick. He used X this week to call out an indie wrestler whose gimmick reportedly involves touching female fans inappropriately without naming him. There's an indie wrestler that uses his gimmick to touch female fans inappropriately. Let's stop this type of behavior. It's not funny. It's unprofessional. Some fans wanted Reed to name the wrestler. Not naming him was the right call. Guessing who it is doesn't help anyone, and it just gives that wrestler more attention. Next up, AEW is gearing up to compete with WWE. President Tony Khan confirmed at last night's press conference that an AEW podcast network is still coming. We've been working on it. We're still planning on an AEW podcast network with our friends. It's been in the works for quite a while, and it's still in the works. Names like Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, and Chris Jericho would make that network worth watching if it actually launches. But still in the works isn't a launch date. AEW's been saying that for a long time. Until there's an actual date, this is just a plan. Last up, the AEW drill spot everyone's talking about. AEW finally paid off its drill angle between Chris Jericho and his opponent at last night's show, with Jericho using the drill to end the match by submission. Fans in the crowd started shouting that it looked like murder when the drill came out. People are calling that one of the wildest spots in AEW history, but a crowd yelling that a spot looks like real violence isn't automatically a good thing. There's a difference between a spot that's shocking in a fun way and one that just makes people uncomfortable. It's worth asking which one this actually was before calling it a classic. There you have it, WWE Galaxy, the wildest news and rumors you need to know today. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you next time with more WWE content.